Asia, there lived a beautiful princess. Her hair was dark as night, her lips as red as the rose, her skin as fair as snow, her legs as slender as saplings, her bosom...
No, that will do.
Oh, please, sir, you mustn't speak yet. You'll give the game away.
I most certainly will. I'm going to tell Mr. Big on you.
Oh, please, sir, no. What I mean is don't speak yet, because you have a role to play in this mighty seasonal epic.
Oh, I have.
Oh, indeed you have, sir. You are to be the magic dinner.
But that's not a very large part. I mean, hanging on the wall. No, a mere prop.
Ah, but very important, sir. And what's more, you get a very fancy gilt frame and an echo chamber all to yourself. It really is quite dramatic.
Well, perhaps. I really rather fancied being the queen, don't you know?
But she turns into a witch later on, and you're much too distinguished looking for that.
Yes, I suppose you are right, Grinnell. Oh, very well. Get back on to Snow White.
With pleasure, sir.
Just the facts, mind. None of your lascivious drooling.
As you say, sir. Snow White was a comely creature, in spite of being a half-orphan. Her mother had passed on to that great Tydiak na Gulliver in the sky. And the old the old king had married again, carefully choosing a wicked stepmother for Snow White, not to mention for the purpose of our plot. But more of that anon. Suffice it to say for the moment that Snow White is played by Terry Prostrate, ace girl reporter, and one-time aviation correspondent for the Sunday Kite. The part of Buttons is taken by strolling player Oxo Hobo, that great little cube.
Buttons? Buttons in Snow White?
Yes, I know, but it was the only spare rig out in the RTE costume department left over from Cinderella last year.
But there isn't any buttons in Snow White.
And there isn't any buttons in this blooming uniform.
Ah, very observant of you, Oxo. No flies on our buttons, whatever about the reverse. As our story opens, Terry, or rather Snow White, is up to her oxters in the tub.
Ah, there you are, Snowy.
Oh, Buttons, how dare you come in here when I'm up to my oxters in the tub?
But you're perfectly decent.
Oh, am I? That's all right then. I wasn't sure what the narrator gentleman meant by oxters. Oh, gosh. This bath is taking ages to clean with just elbow grease.
Here's the answer. Quick, Flash.
Oh, but...
No, I mean this cleaner. Flash cleans baths without scratching.
Oh, no, thanks. I'm not feeling particularly itchy.
Did you scrub the steps of the palace this morning?
Indeed I did. And the Adelphi and Savoy as well. Goodness, I know the Royal Mint has a hole in it, but it's a bit much when my wicked stepmother, the Queen, sends me up to jar. In any case, oh, don't mention detergents to me.
Why ever not, Snowy?
Well, if you pass me my sheet music and wake up Noel Keelan, I'll tell you. When Dad was planning his honeymoon, he said to Mum we ought to go away for a little sun and air. She said I'd prefer a daughter, for boys grow into noisy louts and often need a thrashing. But a daughter could help me round the house and do a spot of washing. My mother was afflicted, a lady quite addicted to items so illogical, detergents biological, and nothing made her prouder than results of washing powder. Determined was the Queen, we were going to grow up clean. There were fresh sheets on the bed each night. If they ever slept, it was a wonder, for the sheets were starched, and at every move the crackling was like thunder. At last, my dad 4 earplugs bought and started looking cheerful. As you probably guess, I must confess that I'm the child of an earful.
Your mother you depicted as a lady quite addicted to items so illogical, detergents biological, and nothing made her prouder than the results of washing powder. Determined was the Queen that you should grow up clean.
And her determination set a seal upon my fate. Hygienic repercussions that I shall now relate
Was the fruit of her obsession and her thinking clean and bright.
She picked my name from a packet of jazz. That's why I'm called Snow White. That's why I'm
Called Snow White.
Very, even as Snow White and Buttons were indulging in all this good, clean fun, the Queen was in her boudoir, trying to make herself look magnificent in front of her mirror. But 2 into 1 won't go. You can't stuff a 48-year-old figure into a 24-hour girdle.
Good heavens, Grenelle, I fear I'm going to turn green.
Oh, but it suits you, sir. It'll look splendid for the talking mirror effect.
But do I have to witness this revolting spectacle?
Think of the money, sir.
Oh, very well then. Let's get on with it.
Oh, dear, dear, dear. Dear, that's done it. Oh, give me a good chastity belt any day for improving the mind as well as the body. And now to my magic mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
Although you grunt and heave and puff, whalebone and elastics aren't enough. The fairest in the land, Trolla, is without foundation, I fear, or bra. She's full of beauty, grace, and charm, and Snow White is her name, dear ma.
I'll give her such a hefty wallop. Where is she now, the little trollop?
Come, madame, and save your wrath. She's leading no one up the garden path.
Meanwhile, out in the palace garden, poor little Snow White was attending to her work.
Now, let's see. I've attended to nearly all my duties, I think. I've polished the grass, counted the worms, moaned about the way agriculture is being treated in this country like a good member of the Irish Farmers Association. Now all I have to do is clean out the pigsties, give the cows their dose of nil squirm, it stops intestinal rot, and to plough the 40-acre field. If I hurry, I'll have 10 whole seconds free before my yummy bread and water lunch. Oh, isn't the Queen kind to me?
As you can see, children, Snow White was not only beautiful, kind, and considerate. She was pretty damn stupid as well.
And yet...
And she moved over, right on cue, to the picturesque rose-covered wishing well that stood in the middle of the lawn. The part of the wishing well, incidentally, is being played by a special guest star, that well-known playwright, wit, and scourge of CIE, Mr. Mulek O'Connor. Please proceed.
I'm wishing...
What?
I'm wishing...
Oh, speak up, will you? I can't hear a word that you're saying.
Oh, no. A deaf wishing well. Listen a bit harder, Mulek.
I am listening as hard as I can from now. How do you expect anyone to hear down at the bottom of this place? And another thing, it's cold and dark and freezing.
I knew we should have asked Ted Bunner to do it.
Look, when you offered me a guest spot in this bloody panto, I thought the least I'd be asked to play was the Prince.
The Prince, indeed. Someone hasn't been looking at his TAM ratings recently.
And another thing, when do I get to do an extract from my one-man show on Brandon Behan?
About 1990, if I've anything to do with it.
Listen here for now. Don't be coming the bus conductor with me. How would you like a good puck in the...
Well, thank heavens we took the precaution of having a cover made for that well. All right, Snow White, forget the echo. Just sing your song, dear.
Some girls want a hero brave of romantic stuff. Others someone from a cave who'll treat them rough. Others want a millionaire. Others someone hot. Others want a mind that's rare. I just want the lot. What I want is a prince with a golden-haired rinse and a kingdom that stretches from here to the sea, an account in the bank that would fill you with glee, and a palace and jewels in thousands for me. All I want is a prince, and my words I won't mince, with a film star face and a well-built physique, and a look in his eyes that would turn a girl weak, and at courting a great feckin' marvelous technique. All I want is a prince. What I want is a prince, me you cannot convince. I'd make do with a lord, or an earl, or duke, and even a count is too small in my buke. And as for a commoner, don't make me puke. What I want is a prince. I don't care if he squints, if his legs are all bandy, his hairs they are few. If he's ugly and fat, I will gladly make do. If his fortune is large and his blood it is blue. All I want is a prince. What I want is a prince.
Here. I heard you bleeding singing.
Looking over the wall, Snow White saw a handsome stranger. Well, a stranger anyway.
Oh, you startled me. Who are you?
I am Jem, Prince of the Boot Boys.
A prince? Oh!
Yeah, they elected me prince after I wrecked more bleeding telephone kiosks than all the other contestants put together like it.
I feel we must apologize at this point for the casting. We did try for Gay Byrne as the prince, but the money he was looking for could have bought you the whole of RTE, lock, stock, and barrel.
It's just what I've dreamed of. A prince riding up on a beautiful white horse.
The part of the horse is being played by those popular disc jockeys, Moran O'Sullivan and Vincent Badley. No, Vincent, it isn't time for Nocturne yet.
Well, how am I meant to know that? It's dark back here, you know. Not to mention the ventilation.
Yes, you can play the front half of the horse for the second half of the show. In the meantime, would you remove that gramophone stylus from Moran's, Oh, we've really got a right load of scrubbers in for this year's panto. Jem, you were saying?
Here, what's your bleeding name?
I am called Snow White, your princeship.
Here, how about you and me going into the bushes and we have
Oh, Prince Jem, please, the horse is watching.
Yes, and at the drop of a hat, he'll interview you.
Listen then, how about you and me going together tonight, like, after you get off from bleeding walk?
Oh, that would be lovely. I'll meet you tonight beside the old wishing well.
Stop knocking on that well cover, Mulek. You're ruining the whole beautiful scene.
Well, you just wait until I get out of here for now.
But high up above, at a window in the castle, everything had been observed.
Ah, sneer. So Snow White thinks she's going to go out unchaperoned with members of the opposite sex, does she? I have a plan to put a stop to her feet.
More fiendish than RTE2 or a concert of Big Tom and the Drain Layers. Her simple aim, to take the life of the lovely Snow White. Oh, I'm sorry, children. That's what the plot says. Please, Kitty, please, be quiet. Please be quiet. Up! Oh, don't you dare throw things. Up! What is that? A half-sucked iced lolly? Well, at least I hope it was a half-sucked iced lolly. I know how to put a stop to this. Queenie! Your Majesty? Here she comes.
Stop it, ye ignorant brats.
That's more like it. Thank you, dear. Oh, goodness, children, come back! Come back! They've all run away. Never mind. On with the show.
Magic mirror, I have the itch to take the life of that little...
Twit, if you please, Your Majesty.
Tell me, mirror so devilish, who'll execute my dearest wish?
I trust you refer to a simple murder, and what you require is, nothing further. The Reardon huntsmen will do it, dear lady. I've seen them on telly. They really slay me.
A quick phone call to Leestown confirmed that indeed Tom and Benji were free for all kinds of murderous engagements, songs and recitations at weddings and wakes a speciality.
Ho, ho,
can't be that. Benji, we're made up. The big time at last.
How do you mean, Da?
Got a call from the palace.
Oh, not the OBE?
Oh, aye. Some class of outside broadcast engagement, I believe. Well, we have to do as the Queen commands. Let's away to the palace to hear her demands. Oh, big up, Benji. That rhymes.
Sure, Da, I always knew you had talent.
Oh, yeah. But like the boil in McAllister's backside, wasn't a long time coming to a head.
Oh,
Oh, no, just a minute now, ma'am. If you don't mind, I'll do the spluttering and the stammering round here.
It's a very simple assignment. I want you to take my stepdaughter into the forest, leave her there, and bring me back her hat.
Oh, hold on now. Hey, Da, that sounds a mite difficult to me. Sure, isn't her heart attached to her body?
And the terrible idiot, Benji.
Huh?
This Owlin wants us to separate the two. Now, ma'am, you'll excuse me saying so, but what you're asking is a bit outside our normal line of country, like. There's the question of good and evil, not to mention our image. And
There's 100 golden sovereigns in it, Mario. Each.
Oh, big up. Ma'am, 'tis you that have the gift of the gab. Right, done, fair enough. Oh, that's a bargain. Come on, Benji.
Da, is it murder he wants us to do, Da?
Big up, Benji, aren't you the perpetual moan? Sure, doesn't it make a change from snagging turnips of a Sunday? Oh, we are the ravens, we've a way to make this agriculture pay. Just work a half hour on Sunday and do it on the telly. I wear a felt hat on me head, but I can prove that I'm well bred. I sometimes take it off in bed if there are ladies present. But now we're told to take a hand, and it's something very underhand. We surely get the bloody programme banned, especially down below in Chewham. Come on now, Miss Snow White. You have to walk a bit smarter to keep up with us. Aye.
Yes, but it would be easier if you hadn't left me to carry this enormous picnic hamper and all the other gear.
Now, this place will do fine. The basket can go down there.
Thanks, Da.
No, not you, Benji. I mean the hamper.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, what on earth did you put in it?
Oh, just a few bottles of beer.
A few? That's all there is. No food at all.
What? Not even a hang sandwich or an elf frog pie.
Oh, sure, Da, when you said we'd take her on a picnic, I never thought you meant take her on a picnic.
But what am I to drink? I never touch alcohol.
Oh, I brought this bottle especially for you.
Oh, goody. How did you know? Snow White's favorite.
Yeah, 7 Up.
No food, you say, Benji. Oh,
No scrap.
not a knife or fork.
There it was. Oh, sure, Da, you don't need a knife and fork to consume a few dozen stout.
Well, you dirty idiot. I do need a fork. I need it badly. And a knife. And I need it now.
Ah, Da, look, a lovely little bird like Miss White. You're not still thinking of...
Of course not. But how the hell am I going to cut this plug of tobacco for a smoke?
Oh, golly. I thought for a minute you were going to murder me.
And why would I do that? It wasn't you forgot the knife. But I'll tell you this much, lassies. Not mentioning any names, but your wicked stepmother, the Kween, hired us to kill you. So if I was you, I'd run like the hammers of hell into the forest and hide.
Oh, no. Why didn't I listen more carefully to Sister Crustacea in the convent?
And so saying, the frightened girl took off like a parking attendant who sees a car on a double yellow line.
Oh, gosh, Da. Look at the way you can see her drawers when she runs. I think I'd go after her and tell her.
Ah!
And perched high up a tree, binoculars poised and ready to describe the entire scene to you, is ace commentator Michael O'Hary.
Following you, Corry, and welcome to Park and Cleaster, where today's top event is the 10 miles running for your life handicap over a tough forest course. And here comes Snow White leading the field by about 3 lengths. But I think the weight's beginning to tell because young Benji is moving up. Yes, young Benji going very smoothly is moving up within reach of the favourite and looks as if he may catch her. But no! She managed to shake him off with a brilliant turn of the hips and turns sharply and vanishes into the deepest, darkest depths of the forest.
Oh, look at those huge, menacing trees looming over me.
No, they can't be just trees. They're horrible, grotesque, twisted shapes.
Just a minute. Who are you calling grotesque?
Good heavens, it's hell McBasherty and the forest coven of women's lib.
Just because we failed to gratify your male chauvinist wish for sex objects, you think you can walk in here as if you owned the bloody forest and insulted?
Oh, no, I assure you, I just thought... Run for it, Snow White! Run! Oh, good heavens. This forest is certainly a dangerous place.
Oh, look, Uncle Aiden.
What do you mean, Uncle? I'm not old enough to be your uncle. I'm only 30. Well, give or take a few years.
No, but look.
Good heavens. It's a little house in a clearing in the forest. Can this be the dwelling of the Seven Earfs?
Oh, no, it's too early in the story for that.
And here come the Earful Choir in their colourful traditional Christmas robes, and as ever, brandishing their colourful traditional collecting boxes. And before they sing, regarding these foul allegations, let me assure you that there's not a word of truth.
Money burn, huge return, it is the shopkeeper's Christmas. Ringing bells, something smell, it is the shopkeeper's Christmas. All over Ireland the shopkeepers sing. All over Ireland cash registers ring. Fairy lights, people tight, it is the shopkeeper's Christmas. It's a joke, though you're broke, join in the shopkeeper's Christmas. Though we may fight on one thing we've accord, all of us spend more than we can afford. Crowded streets, extra treats, all for the shopkeeper's Christmas. Money shrinks, eats and drinks, it is the shopkeeper's Christmas. If it won't sell or for some reason fails, mark up the price and put it in the sales.
Crying out loud, what a crowd, it is the shopkeeper's Christmas.
Suck a ball, have a ball, join in the shopkeeper's Christmas. Join in the shopkeeper's Christmas.
Meanwhile, back at the Queen, the huntsman and his son were making their report.
Well, did ye do as I bid? 'Cause if ye didn't, I am reporting ye to the parish priests for the disgusting behaviour that goes on in Lee's town.
Oh, we did, your Majesty, ma'am. Didn't we, Benji?
Indeed we did, Ma'am. And,
Aye.
you know,
Aye.
she put up a worse struggle than Colette when I got her behind the bushes.
Stop that busy talk. Do you want to scandalise every rural council in Ireland again? The hat. Where is Snow White's hat?
Here it is, your Majestic, in this box.
Sneer. Now that mirror on the wall will have to sing Skipper and June. Ah!
Oh, big up, Benji. Oh, that was a close one. We'd have been in fierce trouble if we hadn't thought of calling in at the chipper and getting that hamburger covered in tomato ketchup.
Deep in the forest, something stirred. No, friends, be not aghast. Benji has not backed his prey to simply an old deer. Well, not quite. Rather a stag called Jack, knocking his pipe out on his antlers. For Jack is puzzled. He has come to this, his favorite clearing, to ruminate on how to keep control of his herd. And there he espies Terry, prostrate on the ground. I mean, of course, Snow White, recumbent in the glade, that green and pleasant place which reminds Jack so much of the Phoenix Park and how things might have been.
Oh, well. Big law, Ella, and Lynchig. Good heavens. What or who is that? Must be Mary Robinson, who's fainted at the news that her next controversial bill might stand a chance.
And his soft eyes filled with pity.
I suppose I should go and investigate. But I'll send a party hack monk instead.
Characteristically, the minor backbench chipmunk was short-sighted and had to bend very closely over Snow White, who, feeling something cold at the back of her neck, started up from sleep.
Oh!
Was it the chipmunk's little wet nose? No, merely his faunia nua. But Snow White's reaction had startled him, and indeed all the other creatures. Bunnies, birds, and chipmunks all turned and fled, as if Party Whip had cracked a joke. All save Jack, who stood his ground and faced the issue. After all, the shape wasn't large enough to be Neil, and it didn't even sound like a Charlie.
Gosh, you look quite friendly, dear.
You look quite friendly yourself, dear.
Oh, where am I?
Deep in Leinster Forest. August, call this Adam, did you?
Oh, Schnock-the-Bawn is Annam Dum.
Schnock-the-Bawn.
Thought Jack, White Snow. I've never seen that name on a ballot paper. How the hell does she get into Leinster Forest?
And you should call him Inish doing the scale.
Togma. Sure, Mara Horla.
Well, of course, to repeat the whole story again in Irish would be an intolerable strain on our listeners, not to mention an impossible one on our scriptwriters. So let's skip on and cover it all up with a musical bridge. And crossing the bridge, who do we find but a big brown hen? It's Chronica Ma, the last of the Red Island roads.
Hello, Ian. I heard you were in trouble. Can I help us all at all?
I hope so, Chronica. You see, we're trying to get Snow White onto the next plot.
Oh, sure, I have the same trouble with my brother TJ. Can't get him onto the plot at all. Don't know what we'll do for a bit of winter cabbage. Well, I'll do the best I can.
Said the little red hen. In the meantime, Jack the Stag had nearly talked Snow White into party membership, pointing out the advantage of low-profile republicanism as a means of breaking the connection with the royalist system that has bedeviled relations between our two, etc., etc. Imagine his surprise, therefore, when this big red hen, this little red hen, flew at him.
Goodness.
Oh, merciful now.
I just flew in to tell you, Snow White, that you can't sit here swapping ideological niceties all day. Aren't you hungry, Alana? Would you mind moving over to get a bit of tea?
And Snow White did manage to stifle a rumble.
Why, no. I wouldn't mind a bit.
Thank heaven her stepmother wasn't present to hear that incriminating remark.
Well, I'm feeling a bit peckish myself. I know a grand little place further into the forest where you'll be safe and you'll find some food.
Snow White brightened at that.
Oh, lovely. A farmhouse tea with nice brown bread and perhaps a couple of boiled eggs.
Hardly a diplomatic remark, my dear.
Huh, so that's what the country is rearing now. Cannibals.
Nevertheless, the little band trooped off through the trees and another clearing. Oh, well, at least this one has a house in it. A crazy little house with a sagging economic thatch and bulging budget walls, but still quite cozy.
Well, this is where I leave you. I'm not allowed to go in there.
And off he trotted.
Go on in, Alana. It's only Cabinet Cottage.
Good heavens. What a funny little house. Anybody home? And everything made so small. Let's see now. A little low chairs. 7 dirty cups. And 7 filthy begging porridge bowls. Who could have such tiny things. The occupants must be little children. But what's this? Cigarettes and matches. What be? And look, the registration books of 7 little Mercedeses. Oh, no. The owners must be men. But very little men. Why, look. They've got their names carved on the backs of their chairs. There's Doc Connor. Oh, a medical man. And Bashful Brendan. Happy Richie. Sleepy the house a good going over and make them something nice for supper. Perhaps they'll let me stay.
And summoning the non-party members of the animal gang outside to help her, Snow White set to work.
Oh, whistle while you work. My, what a dirty shirt. Old and crumply must be grumpy. Oh, what a pair of shoes. Garrets by the use. Laces ravelled, widely travelled, but that's no excuse. Oh, Richie's pants are neat, so pinstriped and petite. But here they're splitting, too much sitting makes them shiny at the seat. Now sweep the whole house clean, make the dishes clean, prepare a meal with man appeal and to the queen.
She went gaily about her self-appointed tasks. The sweet, innocent, interfering little busybody. And when downstairs was finished, she went upstairs, swishing away the cobwebs of conservatism, the dust of parliamentary procedure, and all the other prized possessions of the little men. Suddenly, she had only enough energy left to push their tiny beds together, collapsing across them in a deep sleep.
Oh, dear, not again. 3 times in as many hours. Are you sure this awful child is not on something? That dreadful modern stuff, what do they call it? The kettle, I believe.
Pop? Oh, dear me, no. Not this clean, good-living girl. She's just a natural, normal, healthy nymphomaniac. Besides, it does give us that warts are working. Over a dark opening in the hillside, we see a sign.
Paramides. Keep out.
Can this be the fabulous source of wealth of which men dream?
No.
That's it, all right. Hello, what's this coming through the forest towards us?
Hi-ho, hi-ho. It's off to work we go. Hi-ho.
Hi-ho, indeed. Can it be the legendary 7 Earfs?
I am grumpy little Liam. I'm the leader of this band.
Bashful Brandon, that's who I am. I'm the second in command.
I am sleepy Paddy Cooney, yawning all day long, that's me, swinging a nookie up a tree.
I'm Doc Connor, Brian O'Cruiser. If you want a telephone, stick it up your second channel. I have worries of my own.
We are the 7 Earfs, the 7 Earfs, the 7 Earfs. We are the 7 Earfs, the coalition. Next comes happy little Richie. It is time all wages froze. He will find a way to tax you if you want to blow your nose. Blowing noses, that's what I do, Sneezy. Justin, wait a bit. I'm the one who found this mine, but don't know what to do with it. Last of all comes Toby, my dress. In the world, no one can better talk the hind legs off an ass. We are the 7 Earfs, the 7 Earfs, the 7 Earfs. We are the 7 Earfs, the coalition Earfs.
Excuse me, Grumpy.
What is it, Connor?
It is self-evident from any analysis of the Snow White legend that Doc is always the leader of the 7 little men.
Listen here now, don't be coming the mongrel fox at me, Doc. He's at it again, Brendan. I mean, Bashful.
Shucks, Grumpy, he don't mean no harm.
And so the 7 Earfs put in another busy day, arguing and bitching and trying to stab each other in the back.
Good heavens, me Mickey Mouse watch says it's 6 minutes to Donald Duck.
Gee, Grumpy, I only make it 25 past Goofy.
Well, I reckon we've done enough for one day. Tell the press, Richie, Happy, that it's been a day of fruitful discussions during which Many important topics were given an airing, and that after careful consideration to announce major decisions.
Oh, hello, sir.
Exactly. All right, everybody, places.
Oh, gee, Doc, will you stop pushing?
I told you before, Doc. I come first in line, then bashful, then happy. If I catch you trying to jump even behind Dopey. Oh, okay. Ready. Here we go. Hi ho, hi ho. It's home from work we go. We're tired of working all day long. Hi ho, hi ho. Keep a step there, Dopey. Doc, how often do I have to tell you? Follow the official words of the song. Bashful, keep sneezy in line there.
Presently, they drew...
Company, halt!
What? Look,
What? What's the matter? What? Will you look at that, Richie? I mean, happy. There's a light on in our house.
And smoke coming out the chimney, Grumpy. Aha! Somebody isn't burning energy wisely. Us, me. Let's go in.
Right.
Not a soul in the place.
Oh.
But wait a minute. Somebody has been at the place.
Yeah.
It can't have been Jack, no cause. Or take it, in fact. All the clothes we left on it are gone.
And my porridge bowl has been washed. What's that?
He came from upstairs.
What is that?
A yawn, I think.
Did you notice? Had it got a northern accent?
Come on, Grumpy, let's go up the stairs and find out.
Picture Snow White awakening from a delicious dream about Mike Murphy, losing his voice. And there she sees at the combined ends of the beds the combined total of 14 frightened eyes.
It's a monster!
Said Garrett.
No, not at all. It's poison.
She with his famous Bing Crosby sideways smile.
It's a woman!
The same thing, a woman. And women is poison.
He was still smarting from an encounter with women's lib in the forest when they had accused him of entering the wrong lobby in the Woodland Games free fun vote. But the other dwarfs were quickly won over, not only by her charm and the flash of pretty underthings as she had made them their favorite dessert for supper, cabinet pudding. And so, replete with good food and lively talk of bygone by-elections, they persuaded Grumpy to play the pianola, at which he was very good, while they all joined Snow White in a square dance.
When it comes to coalition, be a man and not a mouse. Never miss the main chance. Make mine list her house. On the fiddle. You won't catch us. We're straight. No pretenses to us. When it comes to coalition, be a man and not a mouse. Never miss the main chance. Make mine list her house. In the division, you know where to go. When we vote yes, you don't vote no. Come on, Grunt, don't give us a fright. Merciful hour, you always coalition. Be a man and not a mouse. Never miss the main chance. Make mine list her house. Make mine list her. Don't be a chick about picking up dough. Swing the country, home you go.
Meanwhile, once again, back at the palace, float.
Oh, close. Now that I have Snow White's heart wrapped up in this greaseproof paper, the magic mirror will have to admit I'm the fairest in the land. Mirror, mirror on the wall, where the hell are you at all?
Just putting final touches to my makeup. Well, how do I look, Crevel?
Well, completely in character, sir.
Oh, sneer. Hurry up there, you mirror.
Great heavens, Grinnell, I wish you'd found me a more sympathetic leading lady. Oh, it wasn't like this in the old days with Hilton and Michael.
Oh, that was when you were Puss in Boots, was it, sir?
Hamlet, man. Less of the impertinence.
Mirror, we've come to the past, where I show you. You must admit now, if you're not blind, I am the fairest left behind.
You're left behind may well be fine, Grinnell, who wrote that ghastly line. But there's still one who's finer still. Search in the forest if you will, and there you'll find she's doing all right. With 7 men, I mean Snow White.
Snow White? Oh, sneer and sneer again, living in sin with 7 men. But no, she is dead. Here is her heart, quite plain to see.
Oh, don't shake me thus, Lord Lubberduck, to break me 7 years' bad luck. There's paper round the heart, see where? Joe's Chip Shop, Leestown, printed there. There's ketchup, too. God bless me bunions. It's just a hamburger with onions.
Ah? Hamburger. Where's that huntsman and his son?
Oh, big up, Benji. I pantomime. Oh, you're right, Here, jump up. I have Colette saddled and waiting.
Woohoo! Oh, sneer. I should have known better than to employ any of them 6 obsessed degenerate Leestown ones. Buttons. Where are your buttons?
Coming, your queenship. Coming, your queenship.
Buttons. Go down to the dungeon.
The dungeon, your majesty?
Yes. What's wrong with that?
Oh, it's so dark and scary down there. Deep down in the castle, and then taking part in experiments against nature as well.
Ah, for heaven's sake, you make it sound as if I was dabbling in contraception or something terrible like that.
Oh, but your majesty, it's so black and eerie.
Oh, will you turn on the electric light or put a match to the Bunsen burner like you're told?
Yes, sir. And hello there from your friendly DJ, Larry Gogo. Number 7 in the charts this week and still moving up the Acne Show band from London Toss with their new single, She's Only an Irish Mother, but I'm Oedipus to her.
Just a minute, hold on.
And now, gee, disc jockey Raver. That's what you asked for, didn't you?
Not a raver, a raven. Oh, good heavens, all that pop music must have finally affected his ears.
Ah, sneer. Stop talking to that revolting narrator and sit up on my shoulder.
On her shoulder?
Yes, I would if I were you. She has a cousin on the broadcasting authority.
Up I go. Good heavens, it's Boney up here on her shoulder.
Oh, quiet. You're implied to croak, not to give cheek.
Well, croak. This program is nearly as bad as discs a go-go.
And so the wicked queen descended down into the depths of the castle, her raver perched precariously on her shoulder, emitting rather half-hearted groans. Down they went until they came to the dungeon.
Right. Before our girdle, I can start my experiments. Buttons.
Oh, but your majesty, surely you couldn't do them yourself. Oh, you mean me?
Stop sneering and get me my ingredients. I am going to change into something completely different.
You're going to become a man?
Silence, you've been listening to the BBC again now. Where was I?
You were going to change into something completely different.
A specimen of Irish Catholic womanhood you see before you. I am going to turn myself into a horrible dried-up hag.
It hardly seems worth all the trouble.
Ah, sneer. I've had enough of this. Raver, peck out his eye.
Oh, who, me?
Do as I command.
And maybe spot some amateur talent. There's nothing in about pecking out eyes.
Is it any wonder the country is in the grip of the contraceptive mentality? All right, Buttons, instead of having your eyes pecked out, I'll expect you to know 5 items from the Dick Kim book by tomorrow. Now get me my ingredients.
And so saying, she moved over to a huge corner.
I remember the night the wicked queen and Buttons came down to the dungeon to conjure up some magic spells. The poor knights were frozen with the cold. I've just made the hot tomato soup. Will you know how we drop?
Oh, thank you very much, Granny.
We will not, but it'll make very good stock to mix up my magic brew, and you are the first ingredient. Take 1 Scottish granny, add salt and stir next. Buttons, where's my book?
Here, your majesty.
How to achieve a fuller love life. Where did you get this filthy pornography? Wash out your mouth with acid this minute.
And yes, indeed, the Scottish granny is boiling over.
Quick, get spell is ruined.
Oh, your majesty, is this it? The Catholic Truth Society Magic Cookbook?
Yes. Now, let's see. Tongue of Paisley double forked. Hair from Taoiseach's small moustache. Coat of lidge that's newly turned. Second channel without cash. Steaming face. Supporters jam. Wealth taxes emasculated. Abbey theatre slice of ham. Double. acid river, black heart from a wildcat strike, piece of Corkman's monster ego, shameless plug from the Late Late Show, rising unemployment fear, Richie's taxes on our dough, next round to a go, double, double, trying trouble, that's the modern Irish Jew. Now I have my magic brew. 2 spoons of sugar, please, Buttons. Oh, and easy on
The evil-looking potion to her lips.
Ah.
Oh, look, Raver. She's changing before our very eyes.
Yes, indeed, it's incredible.
No, biological. Look, she's changed completely.
I do love your disc programs, the real fast way you talk. I do love on fast, hey, would you be honest? Go here, Daddy.
Something seems to have gone wrong with the formula.
All right, oh, Buttons. Try, I'm game for answering it.
And so saying, she took another sip.
Oh, look. She's becoming hideously ugly. Oh, that's much better. She's much more like herself.
Ah, sneer, sneer, sneer. I'll just throw this shawl all over my head, and Snow White will never know me. She's so stupid. Now, where's me poisoned apple?
Just a moment. I'll open a tin, Your Majesty.
Tinned poison apples. And look, they're imported from France. Good heavens, what is this country coming to? A whole pantomime industry to be serviced, and you can't even get a fresh Irish poisoned apple?
Enough! Snow White bites into this tinned imported poison apple. She will fall into an eternal sleep. Buttons, get my boat. I'll leave the palace stealthily by the underground river that flows into the depths of the forest. You there, Raver, fly in front.
Fly? Me? Just tie on these plastic wings and flap them.
Oh, good Lord. This is even more demanding than European pop jury, bro.
And so the boat containing the Wicked Queen and the Raver slid quietly through the foggy waters, unseen by anyone but a passing water rat. The part of the water rat is played by... Oh, it's the magic mirror.
Grinnell, there is already far too large a cast in this pantomime show. Tell the actor person playing the water rat that they are no longer required.
Very well, sir. I'm awfully sorry, Siobhan, but that shows no... Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the Queen was setting off. The repulsive old hag was not the only one setting off that day. For after a breakfast of steak and eggs, pancakes and honey, black velvet with cornflakes and caviar, washed down with a good laugh of their favorite morning radio program, it says in the papers, the significant 7 off to the mine again. But not before they had given Snow White plenty of warnings.
Now, look here, me dear. Stay in the house and don't open the door. The insurance men ain't up there in canvassers, encyclopedia salesmen, or any of them, Richie, yes, what do you call the old ones on bicycles? Peddlers. That's it, peddlers.
But why should I be afraid?
You never know what they might sell you. Pills and potions, controversial devices, stolen hair clips, or the violent TV sets out.
Don't worry, boys. I'll be careful. Off you go. Now go on, or you'll be late for clocking in. What are you waiting for?
What the foolish thing to say is, we saw the Disney version of this story. We know this is the part where we all get a kiss before we go off work.
All right. For you, Richie, I mean Happy. And you, Dopey. Now, Doc. And Sneezy. Oh, gosh, Justin, you just have to watch that cold. Now it's your turn, Brendan. Oh, you're not so bashful after all, you. And Sleepy. God, isn't it worse? Grumpy.
That's all right, thanks.
No. Oh, the cheeky moustache sure knows how to pick up.
And another thing I ought to warn you about is...
Stop hanging around for second helping.
All right then. Bye. Snowy.
Bye.
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 Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to work we go. Hi-ho, 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 hi-ho. Hi-ho, 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 it's off to work we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho.
And away they went, while Snow White busied herself round the house.
Oh, sweep the whole house clean and make the dishes gleam. Prepare a meal with manna peel and to the queen.
But even as she sang, a dark shadow fell across the doorstep.
That's it.
For Fortunately, the door was bolted, so the wicked witch hobbled to the kitchen window and... Oh, no, Snow White, you left it open.
Good morning, dearie. Spare a glass of gin and maybe water for poor old Granny.
Snow White was startled.
Oh, but the 7 little men said I wasn't to speak to anyone.
The witch glared.
And shut your face. The fact, dearie. No harm giving a drink of water to a peace-loving old Granny. I've walked miles through the forest and
Snow White's friends, birds, had launched a nasty dive-bombing attack on the old faggot.
Has it started snowing or something? Oh, a direct hit. Right on the sink in the engine oil.
Snow White was embarrassed.
Oh, go away, birdies. Shoo, old woman. Here, let me help you.
How very kind you are to an old Granny, my pretty one. Here's an award. A nice, juicy red apple.
No, Snow White, don't bite it. Oh, too late. Just like in the toothpaste ad, Snow White had her pretty pearlies into the pum, and suddenly she fell in a deep swoon.
Oh, deep swoon.
It was, of course, the drug in the apple taking effect. At this, the fiendish old thing started to laugh. And she turned tail, which is quite a trick, and fled from the cottage.
Come on, we'll have to warn the 7 Earfs.
You're right, little hen. Come on, animals, run!
The animals took off as fast as they could go, with nimble Jack Deer in the lead, closely followed by Chronicle the hen.
Oh, Grumpy, Happy, quick, something terrible's after happening.
Hurry! Stop the bickering and move yourselves.
Don't tell me to stop bickering. You can't even control your own hair.
No,
Will you stop it, all of you? The wicked queen is after offering Snow White a poisoned apple, and if we don't hurry, she'll be after having a bit.
Yes, she's right. Hurry, everyone. Doc, Happy, Dopey, jump up on my back.
And I'll give you a light, Grumpy.
What? Oh, I see what you mean. All right.
Now, up you get. Oh, you're a terrible waste.
All I can say is I hope none of my constituents are listening to this.
And applying his spurs, Grumpy galloped off after the others towards the cottage. Meanwhile, the queen, desperate to get away, had rushed through the forest and was climbing up a high cliff, which the sets department had conveniently built close by.
Pant. This is harder work than picketing the fertility control clinics.
But high overhead, 2 black hovering shapes.
Ian, do you observe the own queen climbing up the cloud?
Indeed I do, Eileen. And what is more, she's a Pippish queen.
How do you know that?
Do you see those things she's using for ropes? Those are superstitious relics that the Pippish call scapulars.
Oh, my dear, what would I do?
We will smite her as when he came offering fire and sword to the people of the Lord. Follow me!
And the 2 vultures swooped down towards the climber.
Repent! Repent!
Oh, merciful heavens, 'tis 2 Protestants. Get away! Show Irish Catholic pantomime.
But as in her agitation she waved her copy of the best of Outlook at them, she missed her footing.
Oh, snares, if me.
Oh, tut.
I shall never get a chance to join an Orange Lodge. Oh, poor thing.
Oh, well, come on, Eileen. Let's fly over to Craig's Nest and see if we can fire it up a bit more. Ha-ha!
And with that, the 2 sinister creatures flew mercifully out of the pantomime. But back at the cottage, a sad sight greeted the animals and Earth.
Tell me she's asleep again. Wake up, Snow White.
It's no use shouting at her like that. Look what it says on the can the apple was in.
Canned apples indeed. Disgraceful.
I seem to have forgotten my glasses. You read it, Happy.
These poisoned apples, produit de France, are guaranteed to induce a trance that will last as long as any fable. In case of complaints, please return this label.
Wait, Troy there. The kiss of life.
That's a very good idea. Let me...
No, it's my fault. I want to know.
Stop jumping up and down like that and have a bit of respect. This is the saddest moment of the entire panto. The least you could do is show it.
Oh, yeah, I suppose the narrator's right, man. All right. All together.
And so the 7 Earfs laid Snow White out in the back of one of their Mercedes. And every day they brought fresh flowers to where she slept. Spring turned into summer, and summer into autumn. Autumn turned into winter, and winter into spring again. And still she slept. Beautiful, sad. Someone sing a song while I recover my composure. Lend me a lace-trimmed hanky. Oh, dear. Meanwhile, forward, that little boy with the curly head, the equity card, and the ferocious mother.
It's my turn to sing now. I'm talking to my fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm talking to my fingers and my thumbs. I'm talking to my fingers, 5, 6, 7, 8. Talking to my fingers, P, 4, fun. This little finger has got a bitten finger sticking in your food. This little finger is where you put a wedding ring. This little fingers are doing something rude. I'm talking to my fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Talking to my fingers, say hello. I'm talking to my fingers, 5, 6, 7, 8. Adding on the thumbs makes 10, you know. Little fingers, the one you do the pointing with. This little finger's the longest one that grows. This little finger's the one you suck when you are tired. Make him in the face and then punch you in the nose. We're talking to our fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Talking to our fingers, talking to our fingers, 5, 6, 7, 8. Talking to our fingers, 3, 4, 5.
Talking to their fingers, forsooth. No wonder this pender's a bit off. Anyway, things rested so until one day who should ride past on a rather bedraggled pantomime horse but...
Hey, who's that asleep in the back of that car surrounded by those bleeding little couriers? Hey, it's snow bleeding white.
Sweeping aside the Seven Earfs with a well-directed boot, he hurled himself into the back seat of the Mercedes.
Hey, look, lads, she's waking up.
Oh, my. Have I slept it out? Oh, I hope I'm not going to be late, for it says in the papers.
She's awake!
Now we can all live happily ever after, thanks to the grand work of the coalition. In honor of the...
Our pantomime has ended. We wish you now in rhyme.
From all of us in Earful, a jolly Xmas time.
And if you didn't like us and feel you'd like to shriek,
well, stick it up your Christmas tree, because we'll be back next week.
And beside her, ready to ride off into the sunset, stands Prince Jem. Where's Jem? The poisonous apple was infectious. That's what comes of using imported goods. Play the music, no? You've been listening to an earful of Snow White. Rosalie Llewellyn filled a number of roles fluently. Bosco Hope was this and that. And John Cole was the other thing. Oh, I told you not to call me that. Frank Sheeran and Fergus Linehan brought the script down the chimney, and pretty snuffy they got, too. Noel Keelan served up the musical talents of Martin Walsh, Des Moore, Reggie Lloyd, Des Reynolds, and Ian McGarry, so no wonder he's got indigestion. Sound by Jerry Fitzgerald, Brendan Kilbride, and Alan Halford drove everybody crackers. By Jove, that's a witty one. And last, putting the note of the street, producer Willie Stiles waved his magic wand over all.
Get what was it, tape? My other C60. Yeah? And record. No, please, yeah? That was a rotten suggestion you gave me to buy Kieran and buy. Hey, please don't tape recorder. Why hasn't it? You just doing it. Oh, good. Hey, what have you now? Tape recorder.
He said, oh, that was mean. I don't know much tape. Oh, God. I need that. You can give it to someone else, sure. No matter to Eoghan.
Yeah, I suppose so. Oh, well. Those things you have to do.
Tom Lally's letter.
It's the time of the year to sit back and feel ill while we bring you some cheer. It's no joke that we're broke. Can you lend us a near? 'Cause pantomime is here with a good fairy tale and a few bars of song. Corny gags, stupid rhymes, we just cannot go wrong. And the rest we'll make sure as we're going along. Hear it queer, here get an earful of Snow White.
Once upon a time, in the state of amnesia, there lived a beautiful princess. Her hair was dark as night, her lips as red as the rose, her skin as fair as snow, her legs as slender as saplings, her bosom...
Well, that will do.
Oh, please, sir, you mustn't speak yet. You'll give the game away.
I most certainly will. I'm going to tell Mr.
Don't
Biggs.
speak yet, because you have a role to play in this mighty seasonal epic.
Oh, I have.
Oh, indeed you have, sir. You are to be the magic mirror.
But that's not a very large part. I mean, hanging on the wall. Huh. A mere prop.
Ah, but very important, sir. And what's more, you get a very fancy gilt frame and an echo chamber all to yourself. It really is quite dramatic.
Well, perhaps. I really rather fancied being the queen, don't you know?
But she turns into a witch later on, and you're much too...
Yes, I suppose you are right, Grinnell. Oh, very well. Get back on to Snow White.
With pleasure, sir.
Just the facts, mind. None of your lascivious drooling.
As you say, sir. Snow White was a comely creature, in spite of being a half-orphan. Her mother had passed on to that great Eoghan Gulliver in the sky. And the old the old king had married again, carefully choosing a wicked stepmother for Snow White, not to mention for the purpose of our plot. But more of that anon. Suffice it to say, for the moment, that's straight. Ace girl reporter, and one-time aviation correspondent for the Sunday Kite. The part of Buttons is taken by strolling player Oxo Hobo, that great little cube.
Buttons? Buttons in Snow White?
Yes, I know, but it was the only spare rig out in the RTE costume department left over from Cinderella last year.
But there isn't any Buttons in Snow White.
And there isn't any buttons in this...
Oxo. No flies on our Buttons. Whatever about the reverse. As our story opens, Tilly, or rather Snow White, is up to her oxters in the tub.
Ah, there you are, Snowy.
Oh, Buttons, how dare you come in here when I'm up to my oxters in the tub? That's all right, then. I wasn't sure what the narrator gentleman meant by oxters. Oh, gosh. This bath is taking ages to clean with just elbow grease.
Here's the answer. Quick, Flash.
Oh, but...
No, I mean this cleaner. Flash cleans baths without scratching.
Oh, no, thanks. I'm not feeling particularly itchy.
Did you scrub the steps of the palace this morning?
Indeed I did. Roy as well. Goodness, I know the Royal Mint has a hole in it, but it's a bit much when my wicked stepmother, the Queen, sends me up to jar. In any case, oh, don't mention detergents to me.
Why ever not, Snowy?
Well, if you pass me my sheet music and wake up Noel Keelan, I'll tell you. When Dad was planning his honeymoon, he said to Mum we ought to go away for a little sun and air. She said I'd prefer a daughter, for boys grow into noisy louts and often need a thrashing. But a daughter could help me round the house and do a spot of washing. My mother was afflicted, a lady quite addicted to items so illogical, detergents biological, and nothing made her prouder than the wonder, for the sheets were starched and at every move the crackling was like thunder. At last my dad 4 earplugs bought and started looking cheerful. As you probably guess, I must confess that I'm the child of an earful.
Your mother you depicted as a lady quite addicted to items so illogical, detergents biological, and nothing made her prouder than results of washing powder. Determined was the queen that you should grow up clean.
And her determination set a seal upon my fate. Hygienic repercussions that I shall now relate.
Was the fruit of her obsession and her thinking clean and bright.
She picked my name from a packet of dye.